told that I was supposed to do a surprise up here, I'm like, well, I'll just do a stereo contest, you know. Good money. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I'm a teacher here at Edward High School, and one of the things that I like to do on the first day of school is I like to make up my own kind of rules. And one of the things that I like to do is, especially with a lot of the young ladies, is they like to put on makeup on when they're during class and such. It was the first day of school, it was my first year of teaching, it was about 17 years ago, and this young, I don't know how many of myself, but this one lady, a young lady was putting on her makeup, and I go up there and say, okay, Rebecca, give me your makeup case, please. And I turn around and go back to the front of the classroom, and I turn around and I'm like, oh my gosh, she had one eyebrow on. I'm like, for the love of God, put the other eyebrow back on! Oh man! It's just like craziness. And like, oh my goodness, I don't remember her name was Jessica, or I don't remember her name was. But I just remember that, just how she had that, just from they shave their eyebrows sometimes, and they had to paint their eyebrow, but it was crazy. But, you know, being at school, you know, I kind of, you know, like, working at school, you know, with a lot of the you ever see the crosswalks? Don't you hate when, like, kids are like, you know, they're just like, and not only that, they're walking super slow, and you're trying to get by and trying to cross the, yeah, exactly. And not only that, you ever see students, okay, first of all, they're gonna punch the light, you know, the punch the light. How many times do I have to punch that thing, you know? Like 10 times, 20 times? It's like I don't do anything! Stop it! Just wait for the light! And then like at schools, you know, one of the things like, you know, at schools like the bathrooms, okay? You know, this kind of freaks me out because, you know, I like biology. I'm a biology teacher, and I have grossology every Friday, but this is really grosses me out. When you go in the restroom, you sit down and it's warm. I like mine fresh and cold. Don't you guys? Fresh and cold seats. I like fresh and cold seats. Make sure nobody sat there before mine. All mine. Anyways, my daughter is celebrating. You know, she's 4 years old. She loves like Christmas, and she loves Christmas but hates Santa Claus. She's so deathly afraid of Santa Claus. I said, honey, sweetie, you should not be afraid of Santa Claus. You should be afraid of something else that's coming out around this time of road. It's called the Shelf on the Elf. Man, that freaks me out. You guys hear about Shelf on the Elf? They have this elf, they put it on the shelf, and they share a story with a little toddler. When it comes alive at night and it watches you in the middle of the night, it tells Santa what you're going through the day. What? Oh my gosh! That would freak me out as a kid. I'm like, there's a Shelf on the Elf. It just came out this year or something. But that would freak me out anyways about one of those. But you guys know that I have, my daughter, she has kind of an affinity for my Tourette's, okay? For you guys that don't know, I have Tourette's syndrome. It's kind of a nervous disorder where you kind of like, it's not like you're demon-possessed or you're breakdancing or anything like that, but you kind of make noises like, ah! Real loud. It's like, you know, you're somewhere, you know where you are, people know where I am. I wasn't very good at playing hide and seek as a kid. I was always getting caught. I was always getting caught. But I grew up with it, since I was a kid, I grew up with it. And it's kind of like, imagine it's socially unacceptable in Russia. Like, you know, some country to scratch your nose. Well, a person has Tourette's, they just like won't do anything, but a person who has Tourette's, like walk in a library, they're like, hey! You know, it's like when I go to the library, I go, hey! And people turn around and look at me, I look the other way too. I don't know where I'm coming from. And sometimes people that have Tourette's, they have this thing called echolalia. They actually have these terms for it. They call it echolalia. People repeat certain phrases. You know, I have a problem like going on a plane. It's like, imagine if I say, I got a bomb, I got a bomb! No, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. That would freak the stewardess out. The stewardess would go crazy. I don't want to say I got a bomb, especially after all, anyways. This is crazy. One time I was walking around a supermarket and I went, hey! And this elderly lady was walking around, she's like, oh dear! And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, miss. And she's like, oh, don't freak out, young man. You're okay. I said, thank you, thank you for understanding. But oh my goodness, you know, people that just like freak out with like Tourette's and all that stuff. I had it since I was a kid and all those things. One of the things I want to just share with you guys, one last thing is called, I came up with this acronym called WIN. And even whatever you go through in your life, today's stresses are preparing you for tomorrow's successes. You know, I like that because whatever you're going through, struggles today, win. Wake up to your big dream, integrity. Be who you are, what you are, who you are all the time. And never, never give up in your life. All right, guys, God bless.